We have not done a solo episode in actually we did. We did our festival one. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Anyway, quarter two is over. We got stuff to talk about.
How
We
did
got
quarter two end so fast?
it went incredibly fast, but also I looked back at my stats on quarter two and I went to like 13 shows and aired 10 vinyls in a span of 3 months. So we've really got stuff to talk about
So
today.
we better get this show on the road.
All right, let's just get right into it because we're gonna be here for an hour anyway. Let's do song of the day first because I think that's fun.
Oh, I forgot about this. I think my song of the day, um, and my song of the day and my merch of the day go hand in hand because I just saw Halsey last night, so like it's fresh in my brain. But my song of the day is People Disappear Here because I didn't give that enough attention on the album, but she played it live for the first time ever yesterday, and that shit slaps really hard. So that's my
It's a
song
good
of
one.
the day.
My song of the day, because I have been seeing a lot of videos of Sabrina Carpenter at BST Hyde Park. Um, I just got back from London and I literally drove around Hyde Park. Um, but I've been seeing a lot of videos, and the one song that I keep like watching the entire video of, so I've been listening to it a lot, is Couldn't Make It Any Harder.
Okay.
Couldn't Make It Any Harder by Sabrina Carpenter. That is my song of the day today.
I know you were saying that you hope it stays on the set list for Lala.
And I think that it will.
We're very close, so crossing our fingers.
Yeah. What is your merch of the day today?
My merch of the day today is, oh my God, is for my last
Shocker.
trick tour shirt. Went last night, hence the hair tinsel. If you're watching, hope you enjoy my pink hair tinsel. That's my merch of the day. Went last night and yeah, big
I
fan.
have the same one. A little
So
expensive, but it's a good shirt. It's
I'll
comfortable.
have you guys know I got $20 worth of free play at the casino at Yamava Casino and I won $50. So my shirt was indeed free. What's your merch?
So mine is related to we are going to talk about all of the different shows that we went to during this quarter. And the first one that I am going to discuss is
Spoiler.
Laurel's Music for Sunsets tour. She closed out in Chicago and the day after my birthday. So I went to that and that was my first like show of the quarter. So I am wearing my Sunsets tour shirt that Laurel signed for me. Like
Hey.
very kind and very sweet. And it actually you can't even like it's not a weird signature on a shirt. Like it goes really nicely with the shirt. So disclaimer, we both have stuff from Record Store Day. I went a little bit more ham on Record Store Day because Record Store Day was interesting. Um, that was this quarter. And then also, like I said, my birthday was this quarter. So I got a lot for my birthday. So I have a disproportionate number of vinyls that I have acquired during this quarter, but
It's okay. I had a disproportionate amount of vinyls from last quarter, so it's your turn this time.
you did. Yeah. How many do you have?
I have three.
I have 10. So, like I said, we started off the quarter with Record Store Day, and I had a really hard time on Record Store Day. My list included with highest priority Kelsey Ballerini, the first time 10-year anniversary, and Gracie Abrams, The Secret of Us live from Radio City. And don't worry, those are coming. However, the first store that I went to, I didn't get anything. I waited in line from like 5 a.m. and I got nothing. Then I went to another store, and that store basically didn't get any of the Record Store Day stock, which is super weird. But they did have this, which is Olivia Rodrigo's Guts Spilled. This is the Record Store Day from Black Friday of last year. Then I went to another store on Record Store Day. My sister called the store because she saw that they had this online, and she was like, "Hey, will you hold this for us?" And they're really not supposed to hold anything for you on Record Store Day. My sister was like, um, "Do you have this?" And they were like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Will you hold it for us?" And they're like, "Well, are you going to come buy it?" And she was like, "I will if you hold it for me." So they did. And it was the last one in the store. And so I did become on Record Store Day the proud owner of the Kelsey Ballerini, the first time 10-year anniversary edition.
Which is
Um,
really cool because the one that went on her online store is actually different. So,
yeah, it is. And I actually prefer this pressing. So this one is also really cool because it has a lot of pictures from the last 10 years of her career, specifically starting with a lot of stuff from around the first time era. And that is when I became a fan of Kelsey Ballerini. So um, I really enjoy the packaging on this one as well.
yeah. My first one is also from Record Store Day, and I will tell you that I also waited from 5 a.m. till whenever my store opened. And my only thing that I wanted on Record Store Day was Secret of Us, live from Radio City Music Hall. And I watched two grown men buy it in front of me, the last two copies, definitely reselling it, and I was pretty disappointed. But Miss Abby over here was stalking the interwebs all morning the next day, trying to find any and every like record store that was selling these online, and she somehow managed to acquire both of us a copy. Um, and it is so cool. Also, it was supposed to be Record Store Day first, but she hasn't put these up at all. So
I guess that she will after the deluxe tour ends.
maybe. But either way, I cried when I opened this.
My turn
Next.
again.
Yep.
All right. Actually, you have this one too.
Oh, yes, I do. I'll hold it up at the same actually, yeah, I'll hold it up at the same time.
Okay. So, this past spring, a band that was pretty important to us was the Ivy. We interviewed them, we covered their tour, we interviewed their drummer, Jordan, and just generally all around, at least me personally, listened to a lot of their music.
Yeah, same.
And so after regretting not buying it at their tour, I did indeed purchase um their debut full length album off of their store. Um, A Door Still Open. Yeah.
I also did indeed purchase it. Not that we purchase every album of an artist that we get to interview, but it is very cool for us to
Yeah.
be able to do that. So like if we really, really, really like the artist, we do always try to do that.
Yeah. And I mean,
And they're independent.
Sean, Sean, Wyatt, Jordan, you're
Love
not
ya.
watching this, but we love you and we're looking forward to the new stuff. The next haul. My sister is really getting a lot of shout outs in this one. She was very kind, and for my birthday, I have so I had a period of time where I did not collect records because I had a suitcase record player and I just was in college and then I wasn't buying records. So there were a lot of albums that I've wanted on vinyl for a long time that I just have never been like, oh yeah, I want to buy that right now. So what she did was she went through and she bought a whole bunch of albums for me that were ones that were on that list. And she kind of themed it in such a way so that it was two records from an artist that we saw in concert last year, two albums from an artist that she and I had plans to see in concert this year that I will talk about, and one album from an artist that we are hoping to see next year. So, should I just do all of them at once?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go in backwards order. So the artist that we are hoping to see next year that I have acquired is Harry Styles, Fine Line. I wanted the Target edition so bad. And, having a little bit of an issue with Target these days. But
The Target
with a
one was
pressing
so
like
cool.
that, yeah. So this is Harry Styles, Fine Line, the Target Splatter Edition. So that's the artist that we're hoping to see next year.
Harry Styles, please come back. We miss you.
So the artist that we wanted or that we had plans, we had plans to see this year that we did see back in June was Halsey. So this is Halsey's first two albums. We've got Badlands. This is the pink pressing,
Woo.
one of my favorite albums of the 2010s. And then Halsey's second album, Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, which is on this nice blue splatter.
That one's so cool.
I have listened to this one. Of all of the ones that I got for my birthday, strangely enough, this is the one that I've listened to the most.
Really?
A really good concept album. I
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the Romeo and Juliet angle. And then the artist that we saw together last year was Billie Eilish. So this is When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? On the green. And then shoot. We also have Happier Than Ever on the blue.
Yeah. Which one do you like better out of those two on vinyl?
Um, Happier Than Ever is my favorite album, and I really, really enjoyed this pressing. But I actually I like When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go on vinyl more than I thought that I would.
Hmm.
I still prefer Happier Than Ever, but I like the other one more than I thought that I would.
I
So
like it. Picasso. All
that's
right.
my birthday haul.
That was quite the haul. Shout out to Grace.
Yeah.
Okay. Drum roll for my last one. It's actually cool. Okay. So, my last one is Order Chaos Order. And this one is obviously really special because we're huge Five Sauce fans, but we also got to get Callum's album early for our publication, which is very special because we got to listen to it together in Nashville. And this one is the signed one on the blue. I think this is the order pressing.
Yes.
Um, and yes, very, very cool. However, you might be wondering, why did you not put up your signed thing on your wall? It's because this massive one is going on my wall. And
Because Michaela met Callum.
yes, so it says to Michaela on my vinyl somewhere, and um, yeah, so I decided to drive my butt up to LA and get served some matcha by the man himself. And he was very, very nice. And I think it's so cool that he did something like that that was free, that anyone could just go and wait. And like, hopefully you'd be able to meet him. I know a lot of people didn't get to, which is really unfortunate, but I'm super grateful that I got to go do that. And it was literally almost 11 years exactly since the first time that I met him.
That's so cool.
So I'll be hanging that massive bad boy up here one of these days.
Yeah, when you have the arm strength.
Yeah, when I have the arm strength, then I don't even know where to put it. So we'll figure that out.
So that's a prized possession to go on your wall.
It is a prized possession to go on my wall, customized. What else you got?
That's it.
Oh, we finished.
Yeah, because I had Callum. Because all of the ones that you had, I also had, and then I had seven more.
It's okay. That was me last time.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
guess that kind of leads us to shows.
Shows. Do you want to
I
go
gotta get out my
first?
calendar
I know. I have my
because I
list.
had 13 shows, dude.
I had a lot of shows as well. I
Talked
had
about this.
12, so
You did?
yeah.
Dang.
Okay. You go first.
You talked about this one in the last one, I think, because we did you talk about Laurel in the last one?
No, I was saying that I was going in a few days, but I
Oh,
didn't hadn't
yeah.
gone yet. So we have the
Well,
same first one.
the first one for both of us is Laurel Music for Sunsets tour. I went in Chicago at Subterranean, and it was the day after my birthday. front row, day of. She was like, "Hey, any Chicago-based photographers want to come shoot the show?" And I was like, "Hey, I do." So, ended up shooting Laurel, which was super cool. Um, that show was so fun.
Laurel's like so good live.
Oh my God.
I mean, she's so good in general, but like she's one of those people that like you see them live and you're like, this makes sense. And you should be
Hmm.
playing bigger shows than you are.
Yeah. We are huge Laurel fans around here.
As you can tell.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, but there's so many shows where it's like people camp for hours or for days. And for Laurel, I went literally when doors opened, like right before doors opened, because I went and got dinner beforehand and just walked around the corner, walked in, literally sat on the stage while I was waiting for the show to start because that's how close I was. No line when I went to go buy my shirt at merch. She was literally like all up in my camera the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
Great time. I left at like 10:30 p.m. after meeting her and having her sign my shirt, and it was great.
Yeah, I will say, I went in San Diego and I got to cover her for us, which was like so cool.
Yeah.
Um, and people did travel for that one. And like I remember this guy comes up and he's like, there's no line for the Queen, Laurel. Like, what the heck? And I was like, oh, I think it's around the corner, but there still wasn't like much of a line. But people were traveling for that one, and it was really cool to like see her have such like diehard fans because I was like so excited.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was really cool. And
And a fun fact about Laurel's tour is that her drummer is Joey from Paramore.
yeah, he played with Paramore for, I mean, I think he always plays with Paramore, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. All
What
right.
was
Next show.
I went and saw Little Luna
Oh,
at
yeah.
the Hotel Cafe and I got to cover her and that was incredibly cool. For anyone that doesn't know Little Luna, you should check her out. She was genuinely one of the nicest people that I've ever met. And like, I mean, I'm not even going to talk about everything that like happened, but just know she's like one of the nicest people ever and I felt so like grateful to be able to go to the show and cover it and meet her. Um And yeah, it was like one of those shows where I was definitely like a low key fan going in, but I was like at the show and I was like, wow, this is like incredible. Like I was crying. I'm like, why am I crying? Like, yeah. So very grateful for that. And yeah.
Yeah. I remember you after that show, you were
I was
like, Little
like,
Luna is the best.
yeah, I was like going on and on about it.
My next one. Well, what was the date on your next one?
May 6th.
Okay, mine was May 1st. So we're just bouncing chronologically here. My next one was another one that I got to cover for us, which is Nightly. Um,
Ooh.
love Nightly. I got this. I don't even know how this happened, but I got to cover Nightly at House of Blues in Chicago, which was
Literally iconic.
so cool. Um, but I got to, and their openers were Brooke Alex and Miko, and got to shoot both of them too. And honestly, for opening acts, like what a lineup. Like they were
Hmm.
great. But I walked into that show like kind of like you just said with Little Luna. I walked into that show as like a low-key Nightly fan, and I walked out of there a hardcore Nightly fan.
Yeah.
Like they they are so so good live, and their team is great. They're great. Um, they really put together a great show. Any of the shows that we talk about on here that we say that we cover, you can go and read the live reviews and see the photos online.
Yep.
On the website, allthethings-music.com.
Check it out.
Yeah. But yeah, Nightly was a really good show.
Yeah, you
This was
take it
this
away.
was the this was the weekend of like craziness for me. Thursday, Nightly. I don't remember what happened on Friday and Saturday, but Sunday, the Rex.
Oh,
My God. I I will say this. I believe that the only time in my life, perhaps, my heartbeat like literally changed at the Rex from their speakers. Like I um
Oh, and not to mention Abby was covering this for us as well.
yes. Thank you to the Universal team.
1824.
Yeah. Um, but Billy Nally, Mr. Sir, you smack those drums and God, between that and my guy Aaron, the rhythm section goes hard. And then freaking Nick Anderson like screaming into the mic with the most perfect vocals I've ever heard live. Maybe not the most perfect, but
Insane.
again, walked into that show a casual Rex fan, walked out hardcore obsessed. They had taken I Love This Part off of the set list for a couple shows, and that is like my favorite Rex song. And they brought it back. And so it was like the first song after the first three that I was allowed to shoot. And I'm like walking out of the pit, and Nick is like talking on stage about how they changed the set list and whatever. And I get to like the stairs in the back to like watch the show. And I hear the beginning of I Love This Part, and I'm like, no way. Absolutely no way. And I'm like, but yeah, that was really fun.
I'm
And
like
they had
counting down until they tour again because I wasn't able to make it to the San Diego
yeah,
show and I need to see them.
yeah. So, um, that show was of all of the shows that I've been to this year, that's probably the highest energy show that I've been to, which is saying something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great.
I was living vicariously through Abby. She's like sending me pictures and videos and I'm like, haha.
Yeah.
Um, my next show was Alessi Rose at the Moroccan Lounge. And shout out to her team. They are so nice. And they let me cover the show like day of. They're like, "You're good. You can get up here. We got a ticket for you. You can shoot the show." And I was like, "Oh my God, I will be there." So I drove myself up to LA. I was like not thinking that I was gonna get approved for this show like
Yeah.
at all. I definitely like had it. I
Well,
was
because
like,
that was a hot ticket. It was an extremely
no, like
small venue.
I tried to buy tickets to the show. Like I
Yeah.
wanted to go so badly.
And she had
And
4 US dates.
she had 4 US dates, two in LA, two in New York. And I tried for either of the LA shows. I couldn't get a ticket. So I thought, there's no way. Like, I'm not getting into this show. But literally, like I said, like shout out to her team. They are so nice.
Mhm.
And she was incredible. Like, I will say that is the sweatiest show that I've ever been to in my life. Like she was even saying that on stage, but it was so cool. Like that is one of the shows that like forever in my life I'll look back and be so grateful that I got to go to that because I didn't
Mm.
think that it was going to be possible.
Well, and then the next week she's freaking opening in a stadium for Dua Lipa.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm
what?
like and now even when she does her own headline shows, like she's not going to be in a space that small.
No.
So,
Well, and her new album comes out in like 3 weeks. She's not going to play those songs anymore, probably. I mean, some of them, obviously,
some of
but
them. But
probably
yeah,
all of
like
them.
I couldn't even I got a shirt like I was a super fan for sure.
So, the moral of the story is if
Shoot
you
your
let us come
shot.
cover our show, if you come let us cover your show, we will probably walk out a fan. We will probably
Buy your
purchase
merch
merchandise and we'll probably come back for the next tour.
and we'll be buying tickets to multiple shows after the fact. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. My next one was wait, what did you say yours was? What's your next one?
May 15th.
That's when mine was too. We went on the same day.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Do you want to
Yeah.
go first or should I go first?
You can go first because I just went.
Okay. So my next one, I was one of the very, very lucky individuals who got to go to the Chicago All American Rejects House Party tour.
Woo!
Um, woo woo. Speaking of shows, finding out that we were going at the last minute. Anybody who has seen anything about the All American Rejects House Party shows online knows that um,
They just pop up.
all of it, they just pop up after seeing that they had played their first show in Green Bay, Wisconsin the night before. I was like, I have this feeling that they may be coming to Chicago. And alas, they did. So the day of, I was kind of keeping tabs on their social media to see like when they would announce the address. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get anything about the address, but shout out to Sebastian, who was on one of our previous episodes. Um, he let me come and let me bring my sister to the show. And it rained like so bad. Luckily, I was inside the house. Yes, it was literally at a house. The line for the bathroom was extremely long, so I missed the rain by waiting inside.
Score.
What?
It's a score.
Gore. A long bathroom line actually paid off for once. But yeah, I mean, they were great. And I think that was only like one of the earlier performances of Easy Come, Easy Go, which is one of my faves of the year. So uh yeah, 10 out of 10 experience.
Yeah, if you can go to a house party show, for real, you should.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still waiting for the San Diego date of the house party tour, but it is what it is. It's not
Yeah,
happening.
they really showed the love to the Midwest.
Yeah, San
And
Diego is not happening. It's fine.
I was very lucky that, I mean, after that, anybody who follows them on social media saw that they had the show in Iowa after that, and that was like kind of crazy. There were like 5,000 people there for
Yeah, it started
very
like
much not that
absolutely
capacity.
blowing up and just being like insane.
So I feel very, very lucky that it kind of was not so crazy when I got to go. Um, like, yeah, people were still like crowd surfing and everything, but
And looking over the fence from the house behind.
yeah, looking over the fence. So the way that this house was set up, it was like here's the house, and then here was the yard where they were playing, and then there was like the garage that also had a balcony on it. And I was on the roof of the garage, like looking down. So I was not in the mosh pit. I was not in the crowd surfing. Um, if that makes me lame, I'm sorry, but I'm not. Because I did not feel in danger at any point during the show.
Actually,
And it
you
was like,
couldn't pay me enough money to crowd surf. Like, I don't want people touching me.
no, no, and freaking Tyson was crowd surfing, dude.
I know.
Like, I don't need to touch people like that.
I don't want people touching me like that either.
No. So yeah, that was really, really fun. And I'm very grateful that I got to go.
I went to a show on the same day.
Yeah,
But
I kind of
here,
forgot that we did that.
I know, me too. I went back to the hotel cafe. And I saw Lynx, who was also
Yeah.
a previous guest on the podcast. She opened for Harvey Britten. Uh, and I went for Lynx personally, but and I got to take pictures of her, and it was like an acoustic set that she did, and she played a song that is not released yet, and I don't know what it's called, but it's like I'm counting down until that song's released because it's one of my favorites that she's ever done. Um,
Did
and
she
on
play Talking in Your Sleep when you were there or no?
Nope, she played a different unreleased song.
Man, the new stuff is really
It's really good.
good.
Because I said that to her. I was like, that song, I'm not even lying to you. Like, that's one of my favorite songs that you have. And she was like, oh, thank you. Like, and I had no idea that talking in your sleep was even a thing.
Love Talking in Your Sleep.
So that was really cool. And then also, I'll give a shout out to Harvey Britten. He was really good. Like, I didn't know anything about the man. sorry, but he was really good, and I think his song was called Tangerine.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Um, he started with that one, and I think it's off his EP that either is
Yes.
coming out or just came out, and that song is so good. So,
It came out like a week and a half ago.
yeah, okay. Um, super good. And that show was like such high energy for such a small room. I was like, "Oh my God, this is insane." So, um,
So
yeah.
May 15th was the day of super small venues with super high energy.
Yeah.
What's the date on your next one?
Oh,
Mine's
it
May
was
20th.
May 16th.
Really? Oh, because
Yeah.
you went to, is it the used?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
This was
forgot about that.
this was my week of insanity.
Yeah, we had back to back.
I had back-to-back shows with an interview in between that week. Um, but I went and took pictures of the used for their 20th anniversary tour. And it was at House of Blues San Diego, like the main room this time. And that was like really, really cool for me. I will say I did not like grow up listening to the used. I think they're like a little bit of like they're like my sister's generation.
Mhm.
Um, but being in a photo pit for the used was so unbelievably cool. And I remember being in the photo pit and like I don't want to sound cocky, but like I just remember being like, these photos are sick. Like,
Yeah.
and it was one of the first times that I was taking pictures and I was like, I feel like these are gonna turn out really good. Sometimes I'm like, oh man,
Because
like
their
I
live show was so good.
yeah, and I was like think that was like a testament to like their lighting was really nice. Like it looked cool. It enhanced it. It didn't like take away from
Wash them out. Yeah.
seeing them. Um, and like the crowd, like there's if you go to a show where you're like not a super big fan of the artist, it is so cool to see the fans that are
Fans.
diehard. Like
Yeah.
they had camped out and there was 3 nights at House of Blues and they played
Mhm.
a different album each night and
Yeah.
everyone that was on the barricade was like, "Did you guys come yesterday? Like I came yesterday and I camped out for this one and blah blah blah." And I'm like, I feel like I'm looking at myself for like my favorite artists. So
Yeah.
it was so cool to be able to go to that. And yeah,
I like that story.
so
Okay. So I went to um also to photograph. I went to Mama and Wishy and uh some of the best like alt rock out there right now. Um, that was at Talia Hall in Chicago, which was actually a new venue for me. There's a lot of venues in Chicago and a lot of shows happen at Talia Hall, but I had just never made my way there before. Um, and that was another one where the fans were like really, really interesting and really, really cool. And I love shows where I'm a fan of both the opener and the main
mhm.
act. And Wishy is great. Like their mix was so good. Um, and they're just so like down to earth and normal. But what comes out of their instruments is so, so good. Um, and then Mama is like fronted by Allegra and Stella, but then both their bassist and their drummer are like part of the band as well. And they they're just so talented and like again, like you would look at them and you wouldn't expect it to be like as I mean, they're like these girls who are just friends
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say
they
you were
come
telling
out
me
there
that they're
and
just like two best friends.
yeah, and they come out there and man, do they shred. Um, but that was a great show and I really, really enjoyed getting to like see two different artists that I really liked in one show. So really enjoyed that one. Shout out to their team as well. Their team is really, really great. Um,
Oh, they are so nice.
they're so nice. Um, so big fans of both Mama and Wishy, hoping to see both of them again sometime soon.
Our next few we went to together.
Yeah, I think that's the first time that that's happened in
That's
all
the
of the
first
times that we've
time.
talked about this.
Yeah, that's the first time this has happened since we've had all the things. So,
Yeah.
um,
So we went on a little weekend trip together to Nashville, two music nerds. bopping around in Nashville.
My first time in
Um,
Nashville.
yeah. So since I talked about Nightly the first time, you can talk about him this time.
Okay, so we went to go see Knightley in, well, let's just say, first of all, we happened to just plan this trip. Like we had no idea like
Oh
what
yeah.
was even going on in Nashville at the time. We didn't plan this around like a
No.
specific show. We just were like, let's go on a weekend trip. We'll see
Hmm.
who's playing,
Hmm.
whatever we get up to.
And it worked out unbelievably
Oh,
well.
better than you could ever even imagine.
Ever imagine.
And so we booked this trip. We're on FaceTime and we're like, oh, holy crap. Knightley is
Nightly.
playing at the Ryman. And the Ryman's like iconic. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure every music nerd knows that the Ryman is iconic.
Yeah.
And Abby had been there before, but I was like, I am so excited to see this venue.
Hmm.
And let me just say that the Mother Church did not disappoint. Okay. It was
And
so cool.
Nightly was the best because that was their home venue.
Yeah.
And it was the biggest show that they had ever played. So they did a lot of really cool stuff. Like they had hat show posters that were specific to the show. They went live on Instagram and they signed tickets for people ahead of time. So we got to,
We have our tickets signed by them.
yeah. And then after the show, they did like a little acoustic set on the steps of the Ryman.
Oh, and can we just say that Abby got the last poster,
Yeah.
the last one out of all of them, and some man tried to offer her like $300 in the lobby.
$200. It's like,
Was it
sir.
200?
Yeah, it was 200.
That's still insane.
And I hope that it's not weird of me to say that like I don't trust that this man would have actually paid me the
No.
money. So, and I had already paid for the poster, so I wasn't going to walk away from this situation like
And it
being
was
tempted.
meant to be.
Yeah, I got the last one and I had flown there from Chicago to Nashville. Like, no, I want my poster. I already have my Gracie Abrams hat show poster from the Ryman. I need to collect these. Um,
That show
but
is incredible though.
yeah,
I mean, uh like Knightley is so good live. I was a fan going in, but then like after seeing them live, I was like, "Oh, I will be seeing you guys again."
the next day we did some
We did some
we did
music
the
hopping.
we double dipped on Saturday night. We are, as we have mentioned many times before, huge Taylor Swift fans, and we were very, 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 very lucky to go see the one, the only Liz Rose, co-writer of All Too Well, Tim McGraw, You Belong with Me, and many others.
A lot of the
At
songs on like debut and Fearless were with
Yeah,
Liz Rose.
yeah, and she played the listening
Let's
room.
just say, by the way, that this was the weekend that Taylor bought her master's back.
Yes, it was literally the day after.
I found out
So
as I was landing
yeah,
in Nashville.
yeah. So Liz Rose was playing with Phil Barton, our guy. Shout out Phil. At the listening room, and we got to cheers to Taylor Swift buying back her masters with Liz Rose. And
Just
Liz
oh, and we
Rose,
were super extremely nerdy and wore our Fearless shirts to the listening room.
yeah, and we got to go up on stage and sing You Belong with Me with Liz Rose. Like, what?
And got to basically do a duet to All Too Well with her.
Yeah. Um,
So
so we had a really good time at that show, and we are very grateful to have gotten to talk to Liz Rose for a little bit after and tell her that we've been listening to songs that she wrote for our entire lives,
yeah,
basically.
literally our whole life.
And then that we literally got in an Uber from the listening room and went to the Bluebird Cafe, which is where Taylor Swift was discovered, and many other artists have gotten their start in Nashville. And we went to a songwriter round. And again, Michaela's first time at the Bluebird.
Yeah, we had to do all of the iconic things in Nashville for me, and that was on my bucket list was to go to Bluebird. So it worked out. We did like a the Taylor Swift day, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I will say, like, just I can't even imagine like being at one of those shows that like an artist like Taylor or like Olivia Rodrigo came and played there. Like I can't even imagine being in that tiny,
Vince
tiny
Gill
room.
plays there. Like
Yeah.
what?
Like I can't even imagine being
Trisha
like
Yearwood.
I will say no matter who you see there, like it was amazing. Like it was so cool to go to like a songwriter round because you have no idea like you go in and you're like I maybe not have ever heard of this person and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I wrote this song with so and so." And you're like, "What the heck?" Like
Yeah, one of the guys was like, "Yeah, I wrote this with Willie Nelson last week." And then the other woman was like, "Yeah, I wrote this hit with Martina McBride." It's like,
yeah, you're
"Huh?"
like, "Oh, cool. Very cool." Like yeah, the guy that was like, "Wrote this with Willie Nelson. It's not even out yet." And like
Yeah.
we're like, "Oh, cool." Like, wow.
Like Willie Nelson, who's in like the country music and the rock and roll Hall of Fame. Willie Nelson?
Just no big deal. And
Okay.
they're just like sharing stories about these
Yeah.
people and it's just so cool.
Yeah.
Like Nashville's just so cool because you could just go into any little place and there's probably someone that's written or worked with like your favorite artist ever.
Yeah.
So,
And even if they haven't, whatever they're playing, they are worth their salt. And
very true.
then our last night in Nashville, we went to apparently this is going to be an annual thing, but it was the first mother benefit concert for Family Alliance in Nashville, which is like an organization that supports um basically people who want to have families who work in the music industry.
Yeah.
And the artists on the bill that we were most excited to see were Maggie Rose, who I had seen a couple times before that, and the one and only Maren Morris,
Which
the
is
legend herself.
so cool. And we were going into this show like having no idea what to expect.
No,
Like we're like, cool, yeah, we want to go see it. And like by the way, for what was it? $35?
32.
$32, like that's insane. To see that amount of people, the artists that were there in general, like it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we walk in, the setup, we're thinking we're just gonna stand in GA
We sat on a velvet couch
with like
under
a
a chandelier.
under a chandelier with like a full garden set up. Like
Yeah.
it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Oh, it's one of the most beautiful sets I've ever seen ever.
Like it was, oh my God, it was amazing.
So if the second annual Mother happens next year at Riverside Revival in Nashville, I might be going because
Yeah,
it was so
if you
cool.
are there, do yourself a favor and go. Even if you
Go.
don't know the people, like
Mm-hmm.
that is one of the coolest things. Um,
Um, oh my God, what was her name? The Lucy Silvas. She played, I don't even remember what she played on piano, but it was beautiful. And the like she and Jillian Jacqueline and Caitlin Smith were kind of the instigators, founders,
instigators.
dreamer uppers.
They were the
Um,
creators.
thank you of this benefit. And they like all performed together and the harmonies, like I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it.
That was the coolest part is they would sing songs that one of them had written
Yeah,
or their songs, but they would sing it together and like
yeah.
it was just so cool to see like that.
Musicians being musicians and being real about their lives. Um, and then we came home from Nashville. Sad.
Very sad. However, my next show was a
The
day
next
later.
day.
Because apparently I'm not a normal human being. And I went and saw Julia Wolf. The next day I got to take pictures of her. And I was really, really excited about that show. Like, I think she's so cool. And it was like the energy was amazing. I don't even know like she has so many like diehard fans and they were there and that was really, really cool. Somebody was like on their friend's shoulders during in my room and got yelled at by the security. They were like, get down. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. And like,
It's like the anti-rejects where they're actually encouraging that.
yeah, and the security here is like, no, cut it out. Um, but yeah, no, that was really cool and she's amazing and it's really cool to see her like getting more and more recognition. Okay, I'll continue on. I went and covered benches in San
Oh
Diego,
yeah.
which benches are so cool. Like they're like how would you even describe them?
Yeah.
Like indie rock and also extremely cool because they're from San Diego and their opener was also from San Diego. I cannot remember what the opener's name was, but it was just really cool. Like, I don't know, like I felt like a sense of pride for like being from San Diego, like because everyone there was like so excited about it. People were like screaming like, "Yeah, San Diego!" And like um it was just cool. Like and their I will say their lighting for photography bad.
Horrible.
Very bad. But like their lighting for the vibes, so good. So
Immaculate.
good. Loved it. I will say like the way that I could describe seeing benches is like I feel like I was in like a coming of age like movie and I don't know why like but that's what it felt like. So like I was sitting
That's
there
a good
being
vibe.
and I was trying to figure out how to write that in my review, but I was like I don't know. But anyways, that's how it feels. So if you want that vibe, go see benches.
I will, thank you. At Lollapalooza.
Yeah, we'll see benches.
Yeah. My next one was I got to cover for us. I went for Meg Alcier, who um was the opening act for Blonde Shell, another great indie rock artist. Blonde Shell is like so cool. It kind of intimidates me a little bit. But that was one where the crowd was like so into it. And like I knew of Blonde Shell, but like dipped my toe in kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
situation. Um, but man, Blonde Shell fans go hard and they're really cool. And that show was at Metro, which shockingly was another new venue for me. Um, and I really, really enjoyed that venue. Shout out to Metro for having giant fans
That's
in
so nice.
your venue space. Um, it was very clean. Staff was really nice. Check-in process was really easy. Um, Beautiful venue. I would like to return to Metro, please and thank you.
Well, my next one was there's a funny story behind this one. My next one was Creature Canyon. Um, and the funny story behind this one is that they had posted a TikTok that was like something along the lines of if you comment on this, like we'll probably give you free tickets because we think that early fans deserve special treatment or like something like that, right? So one of my best friends, Katie, she comments on this, but she thinks, okay, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to comment on this. So she said, I'm going to use my friend. And she goes, my friend has a music publication and she'll take pictures of you if you give us tickets. They did. So went to see Creature Canyon and um this was my first time ever going to the Belly Up in San Diego because like notoriously it's a lot of cover bands and it's usually people that are
Mm,
like a little bit older go.
mhm.
It's a bar. So like I don't know. Like I don't really know what I thought it was gonna be like.
Yeah.
Literally one of the nicest venues in San Diego that I've been to. And it was so fun. Like just a very casual concert that ended up being like such a good time. And yeah, everyone that played that night was also from San Diego, so it was cool. It was all like local bands, and hopefully all those people end up making it bigger because they were really entertaining.
I went to see Halsey. Halsey was great. I enjoyed Halsey a lot. Um, I went to see Halsey on the For My Last Trick tour at Huntington Bank Pavilion at Northerly Island in Chicago. It was beautiful weather. The show was incredible. I upgraded to the pit at the last minute.
Big vibes.
It was so much fun. I had not seen Halsey since the Hopeless Fountain Kingdom tour in 2017. So it has been a minute since I had seen Halsey. And I loved it. It was great. And my show was just the standard set list, but the rotating songs included Castle, which
Literally,
was
by the way, I'm like following along on social media for Abby's show because once again, I'm a nerd. Um, but I was following along to see what songs she got, and I see the video of Castle, and I'm like, oh my God, like Chicago was giving it their all.
yeah. Halsey was literally like, I like cut off the song and you guys kept going. You guys literally beat Castle. So we got to keep going. So yeah, the the surprise songs on that were really good. And we also got 3 a.m., which was great. And the one that probably surprised me the most as being like, wow, was the tradition. Just Halsey on stage, mic stand, flames blazing, singing the tradition. And it was like, oh my God, this song is, I thought this song was great, but I think it's even better now. So,
And you got a surprise guest.
oh my God, yeah.
The only guest of the
Lauren,
tour, I think.
Lauren from Fifth Harmony came out and did Strangers. Halsey comes out for the encore and Lauren is with her. And it's like, excuse me, what?
Yeah.
And I don't honestly know the last time that Lauren was on stage.
I don't know the last time Lauren was on stage, and I don't think she brought out any guests for any other show.
Well, she doesn't really have any other songs that have guests
Yeah.
besides the Chainsmokers and G-Eazy, and I don't think those and Khalid. But yeah,
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
But those are
I
not
miss
even her
her.
songs, really.
I think the one
Khalid
with Khalid
is.
is her song, but yeah, the others are not. That was a great show.
I'll include my Halsey show, considering the next time we do this, it will be like months and months away from when it happened.
Yeah.
I saw Halsey last night in Highland, at Yamava Casino. I've never in my life been to Yamava Casino. I've never in my life been to Highland. So, um, and I found out like last week, you guys are getting dealer's choice. So basically, dealer's choice, you go and you have no singular clue what's going to be on the set list. Like, you know, she's probably going to include the bangers, like, but no idea what she was going to open with. Like, other you play games to like pick the songs,
Yeah.
basically. And so I will say, I was hyped. She opened with 3 a.m. Like, I was really hoping she was going to open with that one. And then the first game, so ended. I don't think all the dealers' choices were like this, but basically last night the games went in order of albums.
Hmm.
So it started at Badlands and then went all the way up to If I Can't Have Love, or no, went all the way up to
Great impersonator.
The Great Impersonator. Yeah. And so first game was Badlands, and it was it was
Hold Me Down.
no, but I don't know what the other options were. I can't remember, but I was hoping for uh
Haunting.
I
Haunting was on there.
Haunting was
New
on there.
New Americana was on
New
there.
Americana, Young God, and I can't remember what the other one was. But basically, this girl goes up, rolls a dice, and whatever the dice lands on, there was like a number that went with that song. And I'm going into detail about Badlands because that's my favorite Halsey album.
Yeah.
And um lands on Hold Me Down, and like Katie, who I went with, that was the one that she really wanted. And I had already seen Hold Me Down, so I was like, I mean, I was stoked. Like, I was like, are you kidding? Like, that's like the most one of the most iconic songs on Badlands. So good. And she played Hold Me Down, Gasoline,
Colors.
Colors. So that was like the three from Badlands that we got. I was hoping for Strange Love. It wasn't one of the options. Um, But it was funny because like it lands on that song and she goes, I prepared for 5 of these songs and that was not the song that I prepared for. Like I did not think it was gonna land on that one. And it was funny because the whole night, I'll tell you what the other songs were that got chosen from games, but the whole night she goes like if the person landed on a song and she's like, I'm gonna walk away though, like you can play the game however you want. So basically being like, if you want to cheat and pick which song you personally want, go for it. And like
Yeah.
honestly, it was more funny when people would cheat because I was like, I would do that. Like if you have
I
the
would
power,
totally do that. Are you kidding me?
if you have the
However, if
power,
I was faced with Hold Me Down and Haunting, I would have a really, really hard time with that decision.
yeah. Um, for Badlands, honestly, whatever it would have landed on, I think I probably would have been like cool with it.
Yeah.
But for the other ones, like it was just so funny because people were like, "Oh, it was cute too." Like people were chanting for like a specific song and she goes, "Don't peer pressure him. Let him choose whatever he wants." And I was like, "Yeah, give him the power." But anyways, we got Hold Me Down, Don't Play, which was
Oh,
so good live. Um and it was funny because it did not land on Don't Play, but she was like, Would what is that the song that you want? It landed on 100 letters. And she was like, personally, I would rather you play Don't Play. And she was like, then that's what we're doing. And it was funny because before that she was like talking about she's like, would Don't Play be weird to play here? And I was like, no. Like, are you kidding? So we got Don't Play, I'm Not Mad, which I wanted so bad, but I did not think it was gonna happen, and it did. Um, Hurt Feelings. We also got I Believe in Magic dedicated to her mom, which was really, really cool. Um, we got The End, which was really, really emotional. She played it for a fan called Izzy. And we also got Easier Than Lying was one of the games, and then she chose People Disappear Here for her game that she rigged. So those it was honestly cool concert. I wish I did go to another one to be able to see the full show, but like it was so fun because it was at a casino, so like it was just like a bunch of games.
should we give a shout out just real fast before we finish to whatever our favorite album of the quarter was? And then we'll wrap it up.
Okay. Our favorite
I'm gonna try to
album.
pick not the same one as you.
Okay.
So you go first.
I mean, I like statistically wise, I would have to say it's Order Chaos Order. That was my album of Q2.
I also very much enjoy Order Chaos Order. However, my choice is going to be Virgin by Lorde.
Ooh, yeah, that one. That one's good.
We have reviews of both albums up on the site. You can check them out. And this has been our quarter two wrap up.